Hello. Sorry the camera is tilted. I have you on a weird chair thing, but not the top of the chair, the bottom of the chair. Anyways, okay. So in my last video, you saw me empty out my bag so that I could DIY it. I said I would DIY it, and here I am, ready to DIY it, which is why the angle is going to be really weird. So, as you can see, this bag has a design at the bottom and on the handle. And the thing is, I don't want the design to get all covered in black fabric paint. I don't want the design to get covered in black fabric paint. So, I used my big brain and I found, or I procured masking tape so that I can put the masking tape over the handle and the bottom, and that will protect it from the fabric paint, right? Yes. Protect it from the fabric paint, right? Yes. Oh. See, the thing about this is going to be that I have to be good at using tape. There we go. And I think I'm just gonna Man, I said this when I first got it, but I really hope that this is enough. Oh, well, at least it's easy to tear. Is the handle all covered in masking tape. It's real crunchy. Now, the bottom is actually my bigger concern because A, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to tape it, and B, I am not quite sure if I have enough tape. I'm also going to move you so you can see me working on the bag a little bit more. I think we should start at the top, like right here. You guys know it's fucking 5 in the morning. This is what I do with my life at 5 in the morning. There's the bottom. I'm gonna be a little lax with the bottom because I really highly doubt that I'm gonna be getting like paint near here. So yeah, let's get started with the paint now. Okay, water-based fabric colors, that's nice. Machine and hand washable, sustainable for all fabric types. Stir well before use. After drying, iron on the reverse side for 5 minutes to fix. I don't know if we have an iron, so I don't know if that's going to be happening. And for optimum results, do not wash the painted fabric within 3 days of ironing. That's fine. I don't know that I was planning on washing it at all, honestly. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I don't really have a method to my madness for this. I'm just going to start, I guess. See how this turns out. I bet there's a thing on. No. Okay. Alright. Shake. Alright, I'm gonna test out. Actually, I'm gonna put it. Okay. I'm gonna put some right here. Okay, it kind of just looks like regular paint. So I'm gonna use my biggest paintbrush. And I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna try the zipper first. I didn't put tape on the buttons. Do you think that's gonna... whatever. Okay, it's working, kind of, sort of. It's sort of just making this blue a darker blue, I'm not gonna lie. No, it's working. No, it's... I don't know. Now, I have a feeling I should keep going all in one direction and not like change around, so I'm just gonna keep going down this way. And see, I'm getting it on the tape already, so I'm glad I put the tape there. I'm also concerned it's not quite secure enough, you know what I mean? Wish I had a bigger paintbrush. Alright, so now I'm coming around the pocket here, and I think I'm gonna have to do this in more like sections. So let's see how this works out. Oh, sorry guys, I had to reposition. Something, whenever I am using this bag out in public, I get a lot of people coming up to me and asking me if I made it. And I always have to say, or if it's handmade, and I always have to say, I didn't make it, but I believe someone else made it, because as I said in my What's in My Bag video, I got this off Vinted, and I am pretty sure it was handmade. And now it's going to complicate it even more, because people are going to be like, did you make your bag? And be like, well, no, I didn't do the sewing part, but the part where it's all painted weird, that was me. Okay, so this is currently what the front side looks like. I am going to leave it to dry for a bit because I don't know, I'm worried about transfer and stuff like that, and I also just really don't want paint I wore paint clothes, obviously. Look at my bleached out fucking pants. But I don't want to get paint like all over the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave this here for now, and I'll give it a little while to dry, maybe like 45 minutes, an hour to dry, and then I will be back and I will paint the other side. Okay, hold on, let me give you a good, this is what we're working with right now. Here, I can give you some close-ups. I need to do a little more work on this side. And obviously between the, is this the zipper? Yeah, obviously I need to do some work between the zipper. But this is all coming out pretty okay. It's definitely gonna have a painted look, you know? It's definitely gonna look like exactly what it is, which is a denim bag fabric painted black. But that's okay, that's the look we're going for. Okay, it is about probably 45 minutes later. I'm back, and it's looking... Wow, okay, it doesn't look great on camera. In person, it's looking pretty good. I think it just looks very shiny on camera. Maybe because it's still wet. It doesn't look this shiny in person. It does look a little streaky in person, but honestly, it definitely reads black, and it's kind of cool. It's giving handmade, it's giving DIY, it definitely is. But that's not a bad thing, because, you know, that's what I am DIYing, so I guess, you know. But yeah, I am ready to move on to the back side. Yeah. Alright. Let's get you back down here. Okay. I know people are gonna ask about the water thing. I'm a very thirsty person, and so sometimes it's just easy to have my water jug in here to refill my my water bottle with, because we don't live in an area with drinkable water, really. It's quite... It's not good. It really doesn't taste very good. And so I drink a lot of water, so sometimes it's just easier to have that big water jug in here so that I can refill my water bottles in the mornings when I wake up and come into the bathroom. And some people are probably gonna find that weird, but I don't care because it works for me. Alright, let's just pick up right where we left off, honestly. I might be more talkative in this half. I was very quiet in the first half of this video because, you know, you were able to see my face before when I was doing this. I lost all the angles that I had for the other video. Was it because I didn't care and I had that in the frame? That must be it, because I was too sleepy to care earlier. I was not joking when I said it was 5 in the morning. That's when my cat wakes me up so that he can have breakfast. And then of course he goes right back to sleep. I, however, cannot do that. So I'm just up, and this is just how I live because my cat has to have his 5 a.m. breakfast. Honestly, that's not entirely why. I am a naturally little bit of a morning person. I wouldn't even say naturally. I would say my dad, when I was a child, straight up trained me to be a morning person. So I didn't really have a choice in the matter, honestly. And so now, I'm up. It's now somewhere near 6:45. Maybe we're getting into, I'm looking at the window over here. Maybe we're getting into 7 territory, honestly. It's kind of nice, honestly, because it means I'm up before everybody else, and I get to just do my thing for a while, you know? Fuck around and, you know, do my morning routine quite slowly, because I'm not rushing to get out of anybody else's way. And that way, when everybody else is awake, I'm done. Like, I've done my thing. I have gotten my chores done. I have, you know, done my dishes or my laundry or whatever. And so anything else that someone else needs to do, they can do it, because I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. Now I'm hanging out, chilling, sleeping. Maybe not sleeping, but people see it as like being very responsible because, you know, then all my chores are done in a reasonable amount of time. But honestly, it's just a really extreme form of laziness where it's like, I don't want to do this later. Like, I'm thinking about later, and later I want to be doing absolutely nothing, and I don't want to do it now either. However, I want to do it later less because I know I will be even more tired later. So I'm gonna do this now so that I don't have to think about it later. And this includes things that, like, I don't need to do for like months. But then shit like this, do you know how long I've been waiting to dye or to paint this bag? Nothing has been stopping me. Literally absolutely nothing has been stopping me, except for that it's something that I would enjoy and have fun doing. So I've put it off for 6 or so months. Getting into the pocket here is hard, because I don't want to go so deep into the pocket that it like dries to itself, you know? But I also don't want to go so shallow that I'll end up being able to see the blue when I reach into the pockets. Honestly, it's kind of crazy that I used this for so many months when it is blue. I don't wear blue things. It was really weird to be carrying around something blue, but I liked the bag so much. I liked the shape of it, and I liked the strap. And I liked the idea of them being jeans. I thought it was funny. Yeah. This is a lesson to be had. You can just get things that aren't black and you can make them black. I say that like it's something I haven't learned already. I swear half of this channel is me making different things black in different formats. Usually it's me very unsuccessfully dyeing clothing. I'll get better at that, I swear. But this can't fail. This is paint. I know how to paint. I learned this one. When I say I learned this one, I mean like, you know, kindergarten, not like I'm great at painting, as you can see. I'm really happy I put this tape down. I'm starting to think that maybe I didn't need so much tape, especially since it's like bursting out of its seams. But I was just really worried about the bottom getting like completely ruined. And also, again, it was 5 a.m. I don't really think I was thinking correctly at the time. I'm not worrying too much about painting over the hardware because I think like the very first time it gets wet, it will go away. Either that or I've just given it the landlord special, but in black. I'd like to take this moment to say thank you for 200 subscribers. Honestly, my goal was to get to 200 subscribers by the end of this year, and it happened in like November, late November. I haven't said anything until now, the middle of December, because I wanted to make sure that it would stick, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you gain followers and then you lose all of them, or you lose a bunch. And I was waiting to see if that would happen, and it has not. In fact, I have only gained more followers. We're sitting at a solid 206 now. And honestly, I didn't think this would happen. So yeah, I'm really grateful and I'm really thankful, especially to the people who like regularly comment. I see you, I recognize you, and it always makes me, well, sometimes it makes me happy when I get comments. Sometimes they're weird things that I don't know how to respond to. And I think those ones are from bots, so I just delete them. But, you know, when it's a real person who has put effort into responding to what I've made, that makes me happy. So, thank you. I guess this is my 200 subscriber special, is painting a bag. And, next year, my goal for my channel is to make better videos, to focus on quality over quantity. I think this year I got nervous that if I didn't put out videos pretty regularly, that the algorithm would kind of forget me. And that's kind of true when I don't post for long periods at a time. I definitely see that in my analytics, but I'm just at a point with, like, myself where I don't want to put something terrible out there, you know, just to have it seen, just to get eyes on it. I'm never gonna be viral anyways. I don't think that is... I don't think that's my path in life. But yeah. Honk? There was a honk out there. I hope that doesn't mean they're gonna start beeping. There's people who use construction equipment down the street from us, and it fucking blows. It really does. They're very loud all the time. I am hungry. I don't wanna... Food is so difficult. I feel like they should spend more of your childhood teaching you how to feed yourself, because feeding yourself is genuinely so difficult. And, like, you know, I received a tangible amount of cooking knowledge as a child. I was already a pretty decent cook by the time I was an adult, and I still feel, like, out of my depth. And, you know, with the internet the way it is now, it feels like everybody else has got it, like, it feels like everybody else has gotten it together, and I'm just, like, the last one left behind. I know that's not true, and I know that's how a lot of other people feel as well. There we go. Did I show you guys the poster that I was doing this on? I'm not just squirting paint on the floor and having at it. There's like a poster board down here that I use for my painting projects. Wow, I got way too much paint for this. This is how much bag I have left, and that's how much paint I got. That's way too much paint. That was a terrible... Why did I do that? Honestly, the pockets was one of the reasons that I got this bag. I loved that it had, like, real pants pockets. Honestly, it's so useful. It keeps me so organized. And then I still get to have, you know, chaos, because the inside of my bag is just one big compartment. But there's so much organization with the pockets that it almost doesn't matter, because then all I need to do is put big things in the main pocket, and those don't, like, need to be organized, you know? Like, if I'm reaching in there for a water bottle, that's a lot more obvious than if it were, like, I don't know, tissues or lip gloss or something. All I've wanted to do since I got up is go back to bed. Except I wouldn't go back to bed. I wouldn't fall asleep. I would lay in bed watching TikToks that, you know, make me increasingly upset. And then I would start my day frustrated and annoyed. Seriously though, do you know how long I've been putting this off? It's done. It's done. The one side, this side still has to dry, but it's done. The inside is still blue, but that doesn't really matter. That's the inside. Ooh, no, 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 no. Okay, it actually came up way easier than I expected. So, I'm going to leave this here, once again, to dry, and then I will be back to attach a few things to it, and also get all this tape off of it. Okay, hi, hello. So, good news. It's dry, and, you know, it looks pretty decent, pretty even. Again, it looks a lot shinier on camera than it is in person, but you know, whatever. I need to take the tape off, so I have some scissors, and you know, I don't think I thought about the fact that this might take forever to get off. Oh no, I have hiccups again. Oh no, I had hiccups earlier this morning and I thought I got rid of them, but they're back. I cut some of the handle, not like a ton. I don't think, yeah, you can't even see it, but I cut some off. Yeah, I did not think about how long this was gonna take to undo. Maybe if I start from the other end. The good news is it worked. There's no paint on any of it. Okay, I'm getting so close. And I just have the bottom to take off. I'm down to the wire. This is genuinely very difficult. I didn't realize that untaping everything was gonna be the hardest part. Oh, okay. The handle is free. Almost. Well, almost free. Okay. The handle is free. Now I just need to get the bottom off, which I have a feeling that the bottom is going to be a lot easier because the bottom is basically falling off. This is a lot how I imagined it going. And that is the bottom. Honestly, it looks a lot better than I thought it would. It does look a bit streaky, but I don't mind that. I don't mind the feel it gives. It's a little, Yeah, like I said, it's very DIY. It looks a lot better in person than it does on camera, unfortunately. But I need to give it one last little touch, so I'm just gonna do something real quick and then show you. Or actually, I guess okay. I have this patch. Some people are not going to like that I'm putting it on there because I am 25, but I got this patch on my 25th birthday. And, you know, 25 feels like a big number to someone like me. Also, yes, I know I'm supposed to sew it or whatever to the bag, but I don't. I don't really care. And there we go. Now, I will get some B-roll footage of it so you can get a better idea of what everything looks like once I put all my trinkets and stuff back on and put everything back in the bag. I'm gonna really quick. Oh, also probably because it's the last time I'm gonna see. Wow, I have the hiccups so bad. This is probably the last time I'm gonna see you before the B-roll. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this has inspired you to do some DIY. Embrace your oh my god, I have the hiccups so bad. Embrace your inner goth, your inner emo, and do some DIYing. And we're good. Alright, goodbye.